So as somebody who's used their iPad as their main computer for the last 7 years, one of my biggest regrets was not adding data connectivity to the iPad. Doing so completely unlocks a new level of convenience, whether it's you're out at a coffee shop, on the road, traveling, and being able to instantly connect to internet without relying on Wi-Fi has been one of the best feelings in the world. And now that these iPads all have eSIM, it makes it even easier. Let's talk about it. So as I mentioned earlier, new iPads are now fully equipped with eSIM tech, meaning that it's very easy to swap between different providers, and our sponsor Nomad eSIM has everything set up and easy to use when it comes to fully connecting your iPad in a matter of minutes. So the setup process is extremely simple. Just open the Nomad app, visit their website, choose whichever plan you want and how much data you want and where you're going to be, install it via one-tap setup or a QR code that gets emailed to you, and then from there you can be done with the setup process in less than 5 minutes. So you don't have to visit a physical store, get a physical SIM, you just immediately turn it on the second you're ready to go. So now, why is a company like Nomad eSIM different than the competition? And there's a bunch of different reasons, but there's a couple of different points that I wanted to highlight that were extremely beneficial in these eSIM environments, which is a little bit more on the rare side. So firstly, it supports hotspotting, so you can share your iPad's connection with your laptop or your iPhone, which is great, especially if you're overseas. For example, I recently took a trip to Europe and I had to pay an exorbitant amount of money to my current carrier on my iPhone in order to be able to get data on a roaming charge and then also be able to hotspot to my iPad and my laptop when I did need to work. Now with Nomad eSIM, I could just get all my data going to my iPad at a much cheaper rate because I only pay for what I need, and then I could just hotspot to my laptop and to my iPhone and still get the 5G connectivity without needing to actually pay for international roaming or anything like that. So that is a huge perk of Nomad eSIM, and having the iPad be the main hub for the hotspotting I think is amazing. And like I said, it's on a pay-as-you-go basis or pay-as-you-need. So the pricing starts at $1.10 per gigabyte, which is absolutely unheard of. If you look at the bigger players, it's way more expensive. And even in this eSIM kind of product category where you can pay as you go with different companies, it's still extremely competitive with no roaming fees or contracts. And then depending on how you want to use it, you can use it locally, you can use it regionally, or you can get global plans because they offer all of those. So if you do want to replace your main carrier here in the US, by all means go for it. If you just need it for an overseas trip, you can also use it there without having to cancel your domestic carrier here in the US. So again, this is made to be as malleable and as flexible as possible to fit your needs. And then Nomad also partners with other global carriers to keep your speeds fast and coverage reliable, and it has support and service in over 200 countries and regions, which is insane. And like I said, I recently went on a trip to Europe where it was only about 2 or 3 days, and this would have been perfect because I would have just been able to pull up the application, paid for maybe a day's worth of data, 1, 3, 5 gigs, whatever I needed that day, and then would have been done and not have to pay the crazy roaming fees that come with a major carrier in the US when then going abroad and going international. So if you're about to go on a trip or just want to maybe replace your carrier that you have currently, or maybe you have a backup phone or backup iPad that you want to test out, I highly recommend trying out Nomad's eSIM. And right now, our viewers, because we did partner up with Nomad eSIM, will get 20% off their plan. Just use the code linked down below and the first link in the description. And again, big shout out to Nomad for partnering up with 9to5Mac on this one. I'm excited to use the iPad with my eSIM, be able to go to coffee shops without having to go through different Wi-Fi's, or be able to go abroad and be able to just open up my iPad and have that data without needing to worry about where my connectivity is coming from. But that'll do for this video. If you made it to the end, leave a little dolphin. If you want to watch more videos like this one, click on one of these right here. And until next time, peace everybody. Shout out to Nomad for getting us eSIM ready on the iPad.